Hey guys, Telamont here, and today we're going to review one of the new characters introduced in the new update, and that's Dr. Voodoo. I got him to level 70 at ranked 30 right now. Now I know that a lot of people are saying that he sucks, and I'm sorry to say, I hate to admit it, but I agree with most people. It's just that I don't want to sound too whiny because I hate people who keep on whining, and so this video, instead of bashing Netmarble or crucifying them, will take into the what do you call this, the base kit of Dr. Voodoo. Try to nitpick on the skills, the passive that he has, and then let's come up with constructive criticisms or suggestions so that Netmarble can either fix his base kit or give him a uniform that would propel him to the meta. Not necessarily top 3, top 10 in the meta, but just enough to be useful either in PvE or PvP. So let's take a look at the build first, the one that I gave him. So the skill cooldown, ignore defense, crit damage are almost capped, crit rate is kinda low, as well as attack speed. As for the Urus, I gave him energy attack and then the Odin's Blessing heal to give him some survivability because he needs it, and then some crit damage also and crit rate. Also give him this Odin Blessing focus for energy attack and some crit rate. Alright, the skill. Now what I don't like about the tier 2 passive is that it's very 2015 or 2016. This is the kind of tier 2 passive that we got back in the day. So this is really so obsolete. Netmarble has no reason to give us this kind of passive. So this only activates the 90% chance to become immune to fire damage, and the most important part is it increases skill damage by 45%, as well as the bonus damage by the same amount. It's just that it only activates if you what do you call this, press the soul magic corruption skill, and that's the what is that, the fourth skill. So that's the fourth skill. So if you don't use a fourth skill, then you don't get this passive. And if you recall characters like Sister Grimm, where are you, Sister Grimm? Okay, back in the day, this is the kind of tier 2 that we got. So activation rate when skill rock and roll is used applies to self, 10% recovery of max HP, guard hits, and skill damage increase. So if that only activates when you use the fifth skill, and that's rock and roll. Again, this is very obsolete. There's really no reason for Netmarble to give this kind of treatment to Dr. Voodoo. So again, Netmarble, if you're listening, I'm actually gonna post a comment on Mobile Room anyway. So they should remove this activation rate prerequisite. So just remove that, and then just flat on say that there's a 90% chance to be immune to fire damage, and then there's a guaranteed skill increase by 45% and the bonus damage by 45% for 12 seconds, and then cooldown 12 seconds. The first skill is kinda meh. I mean, we know that almost all the skills that have summons are not really that good, at least for this, for this game. The second skill is okay, because this one you can use this with a V-pad, so it keeps on attacking the enemy even if you position Dr. Voodoo anywhere you want. So this decreases all speeds by 10% for 3 seconds. This does not, however, apply to world bosses. The third skill is good because this one applies to world bosses. The all defense down, that's for 45%, stacks up to 45%. And then it also has poison damage for every 1 second. The 4-star passive is also dependent on the 5th skill. No, the 3rd skill also has poison damage, so this one will activate also with the with the third skill and the fifth skill, because this one deals poison damage. So the fifth and the third skill will activate the 4-star passive. So 90% chance to activate when attacking an enemy with poison effect. So that's 25% decrease of all attacks and 10% recovery of max HP. Here's the thing, because I did test him before making this video, and unfortunately for some reason this 10% recovery of max HP is either too inconsequential or does not apply at all, because I hardly noticed it whenever I use the third and the fifth skill. The fourth skill is also good because it gives him an attack buffs as well as all defenses and speeds, but the speed is only 1%. So if you roll overdrive just like I did, you will find it hard to cap the attack speed. So I would suggest, if you have enough gold, because I actually did spend almost 7 million, I think, gold just to roll for an attack ISO set. I got Hawk's Eye first and then Overdrive, and then I didn't bother getting Power of Angry Hook anymore because 7 million is too much. Okay, so if you again, so this one has all speed increase, but it's only for 1%. So again, if you have enough gold, try to roll for Power of Angry Hope. And then the fifth skill has also all defense down, which stacks up to 45%, and this one applies to world bosses as well. The leadership, this one is actually good because it increases all debuffs effect by 40%. So if, for example, this is the same, almost the same with White Fox, by the way. So if, for example, where's my Spider-Man? Okay, so if, for example, you use Spider-Man's first skill, that's web for 2 seconds. So if you have Dr. Voodoo's leadership, so that's gonna increase to like 3 seconds. Okay, so that's how that leadership works. Where are you, Voodoo? Okay. And then the type enhancement, I just got him to 4-star. And then Overdrive. Again, the best set for him is Power of Angry Hope. I also got crit damage and 180 damage proc. This is decent enough, but if you can get poison damage and then a damage proc, that would be better. Okay, so now let's try to test him in World Boss Ultimate Ebony Maw. Alright, so we're testing Dr. Voodoo with Ebony Maw stage 40. I chose his very OP team, so we should be able to clear this with a lot of time to spare. So that's Fury's lead and support buff, as well as Coulson support buff. And I chose 3 mind control strikers, 1 all defense down, and anti-venom for survivability. Full disclosure though, my Wanda and Luna both have CTP of Rage, so it's gonna skew the results. However, I really need their Entice and Mind Control to keep Ebony Maw in one place. We were trying to proc with the 5th or the 2nd skill here. And as you noticed earlier, my attack speed is not capped, so I'll be able to, I'm gonna lose some damage even if I use the channeling skill, the 2nd one. If you notice also, the skill animation of Dr. Voodoo is more or less the same with Morgan Le Fay's, minus the revive, of course. I'm not sure if the sale already ended, but if it's still on, you can try. And if you have enough crystals, and if you can't wait until Black Friday, try to get Rachel Summers and build her up, which is actually very, very good. As you can see, she prioritizes her 4th skill, the one that has mind control. So as a striker herself, she's very, very useful. Okay. The skill animation is actually decent. Just that we're hoping for some more damage, because as you can see here, I'm not gonna lie, some of these damage are really coming from my strikers. Even my Rachel has a 200% damage prop. Fire damage and then 200% damage prop. Okay, so racing this one, we have a lot of time to spare and 2 HP to go. And there you have it. So 2.5 minutes, not bad. We could probably have gone higher. And there you have it, guys. That's Dr. Voodoo for you. Now, if you wanna ask me whether he's really worth building up or not, if you have enough resources, then go ahead and build him. Anyway, he has the premium universal tag, which is very useful in Shadowland. Otherwise, if you like resources, gold especially, then I would suggest that you prioritize other free-to-play characters like Human Torch, Bucky, and Ronin. Okay, hope you like this video, and if you want me to put out more content like this in the future, please do hit the subscribe button. Okay, see you next time. Bye.